It's back.
Week 2.
Due to technical difficulties, lack of expertise, and just a real lack of figuring out how this works, we missed week 1. Had it filmed, ready to go. It didn't work. Week 2, we're going to kick it off. It's the first week of the NFL. We're going to mix it up, put both college and the NFL together in one video, and I may even give you some betting lines and some of my little picks for the NFL. Kicking it off tonight, college football, Louisiana Tech, Western Kentucky. Any input at all?
Eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, pretty much. Jeff Driscoll and Louisiana Tech gonna get that one done. Gotta believe they're gonna get it done. Let's move on to something interesting. We don't care about Utah State.
People of Utah do.
Obviously.
But we're not from Utah, so.
No, not quite. Florida State. You think they got it in them to do pretty well this year?
I think they have it in them to do well this week against South Florida.
Very decent diplomatic answer. I agree. Auburn, Jacksonville State. Another snoozer. We're still in a little bit of the transition, week 1 and week 2.
2 big games this week. 2 big games. That's
Last
really
week we had 1. This week we got 2.
We're going to slowly make our way up.
Yeah, there are lots of not good games. But for the most part, we got something we're going to talk about. Let's...
This is where all the teams get their highlight reels out of the way for footage for the next year, basically.
Yeah, all those hype videos, that's where it's coming from. Let's see. Let's go with a decent game to talk about. Nothing in the early slate. You don't really get...
You can sleep in this Saturday. Nothing to worry about.
Yeah.
Unless your team's playing, of course.
There's nothing... I mean, Ohio State's taking on Hawaii, including their cool new uniforms, which I might link in the description below if I can snag a picture of that, because they are wild this week.
And even snazzier than the jerseys is Braxton Miller. So
yeah, the video game spin move he hit.
He hit that
15
circle. He hit that circle button on a dime.
15-1 to win the Heisman.
He's my pick.
Bet $100, you win $1,500. Braxton Miller, dark horse Heisman favorite.
So are you actually placing that bet yourself?
I don't have $100 to bet.
So if any of you do make that bet and you win,
you owe us money.
We earn a bit of the profit.
You owe us a lot.
So TCU, Stephen F. Austin. Does TCU turn around this week and play better?
They could play worse and still beat them a whole lot. Ugh, no, yeah. God. Ugh. One sleeper team, Georgia Tech. I think they're actually really good this year. Not like, oh, haha, Georgia Tech will run for 500 yards a game. I think they're actually good this year.
Well, they're playing Tulane, so they're going to win this week. So.
Well, obviously.
Moving on.
Notre Dame's going to take care of Virginia. They're at Virginia on ABC at 2:30. I think Notre Dame's for the first time, the hype of Notre Dame making the playoffs might be legitimate. Malik Zaire is pretty good. Texas was really bad last week, but I think Notre Dame's pretty good.
We all know the last time Notre Dame was in title contention happened.
Oh, well,
that's unfortunate. We'll keep going.
There goes everything on the table. SEC Game of the Week, 2:30. CBS, God help us all. They're in Nashville. Georgia Vandy.
Yeah, I'm going Georgia. Easy pick here.
If you lock this bet in at 20.5, Georgia was favored by 20 points. If you lock that in, God help you, you've made yourself so much better. Your mortgage, pay it off. Put everything you got on the Georgia Bulldogs. They'll run the ball till the cows come home at night, and Vanderbilt still won't be able to stop them. And they sure as heck ain't scoring on them.
I think a team of cows could actually beat Vanderbilt.
Pretty close, yeah. They wouldn't be not fast enough to get around them.
Yeah.
Our boys, the Rebels versus Fresno State. Swag Kelly is getting his second start. Obviously, the defense, Fresno State had trouble passing the ball against Abilene Christian College or whatever it is. The defense will shut him down. We'll see if Chad Kelly gets himself ready to go for Alabama next week, because that's the big game. That's the big one.
Agreed. Alabama, Middle Tennessee, easy. Arkansas, Toledo, easy. Oklahoma, Tennessee, probably the second biggest game of the week.
Boomer Sooner. God bless. I cannot stand the orange up in Knoxville. Air raid offense at Oklahoma. They put up points.
I think Oklahoma is going to be in the contention this year for the playoffs. Maybe not make the playoffs, but I think they'll be up there.
Yeah, I think they're going to be up there in the battle for the Big 12. I don't buy Tennessee. I just can't. I can't get behind them. I gotta go Boomer Sooner on this one. I think they win relatively easy, but we'll see how much I know.
Let's see. Any more big games for A&M, Ball State? Everybody's been talking about
Barn
A&M.
burner. Yeah.
Everybody's talking about A&M being on the rise, sort of.
They looked really good last week, but I don't think we'll really know what they got until a few weeks from now.
Another big ACC matchup: South Carolina, Kentucky.
I think the old ball coach is done. They look terrible against a mediocre. No,
you're taking
Kentucky.
My apologies. You're taking Kentucky.
Kentucky didn't look good either, but we're going Kentucky.
All right, game day, game of the week, pretty big one. Top 10 teams: Oregon, number 7 versus number 5 Michigan State. Who are you taking?
See, I had trouble with my pick'em sheet this morning because I just turned it in about a half an hour ago. I picked Michigan State because they're at home, and Oregon's defense is not as good as it has been in the past.
I don't buy Michigan State as a top 5 team. I'm going Oregon.
It'll be offense or defense. Michigan State wins with defense, Oregon wins with offense. And last game we're going to discuss.
Number
in
14.
Start Bowl.
Number 14 LSU, number 25 Mississippi State. Who are you taking?
That's a big game. State did not look good last week against Southern. Southern Miss made them uncomfortable for the most part, but LSU didn't get to play. So we have no clue how good they are or if Brandon Harris even knows what a forward pass might be.
I'm taking LSU, but I think it'll be closer than most people think.
I think Fournette decides that he's pissed that he missed week 1, so he's going to run for enough to make up for that. And, I got it. My gut says take LSU, but I'm not sure. I'm with you. It'll be close.
Agreed. All right,
we're going to head over to the NFL. It's week 1. Who's your favorite going into the season?
You know, when it comes to NFL, I think the NFL is the one league that I don't have a team that I necessarily root for. I like the Saints. I like the Giants. When I was growing up, I was a Vikings fan. I was a big Culpepper Moss.
You wanted to get a dog and name it Dante.
I had a little stuffed dog that I named Dante, actually. But regardless of that, big game, New England, Pittsburgh. Tom Brady, no suspension. I think he comes out and does big as a big FU to Roger Goodell.
It's going to be big, and this is one of my lock of the week picks. At 7-point favorite, I think they beat them by at least 10, if not 2 touchdowns or more. Brady's going to come out and just chuck the ball downfield just about every chance that Belichick will let him get. I don't think Pittsburgh stands a chance tonight. Roger Goodell's doing himself a favor by staying away from this one.
Agreed. I think we're both taking New England there. Green Bay and Chicago. Your team, the Packers.
My team and the Packers, Jordy Nelson's out, but Devontae Adams will take his place. Big body receiver, good possession receiver, and I think he'll be just as good a security blanket. Randall Cobb's a little beat up. Chicago, really beat up. They're missing Alshon Jeffrey. They're missing, I think, their next 2 wide receivers. When Eddie Royal is your number 1 go-to receiver for Jay Cutler, I'm not. Yeah, it's going to be Matt Forte a lot.
I'm taking Green Bay solely on the fact that Chicago has Jay Cutler as a quarterback. Honestly, one of the few people in the NFL that I cannot stand.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not confident that they cover the 7-point line. I mean, I think they're going to win.
Side note, he's in it every year. Do you think Aaron Rodgers is in the hunt for the MVP this year?
Well, I mean, it's kind of hard to say he won't be because he is every single year. But he'll have to have some receivers step up and get him a lot of extra yards because I think they're going to give the ball to Eddie Lacy a lot more this year.
Agreed. I don't think he makes it in the top few, but I think he's going to perform as he always does.
Moving on, Houston, Kansas City.
You know, I really want to see Clowney play just because I would love to see him on that defense. I'm going to go Houston just because Kansas City never seems to impress me anytime, ever. Now, granted, I did go through a Chiefs phase after the Vikings phase. Priest Holmes, Chiefs probably my second favorite team growing up. However, nowadays, not so much.
I think the Chiefs get it done. I don't think Houston's all that great. They don't really have a proven. They have Brian Hoyer as one of their go-to quarterbacks. It's Alex Smith, Jamal Charles. Chiefs feel good to me there. Cleveland and New York Jets. If you wanted a turd bowl of the week,
I think Manziel has a big week in week 1.
So you're assuming that he comes in off the bench and dethrones the starter to have a big week.
Is he not starting?
He is not.
New York Jets take the win this week.
As many problems as the Jets have, Cleveland's just a cluster.
Could there be any more 2 boring teams in a game? Maybe St. Louis. I don't know.
No.
Indianapolis at Buffalo. I think
Rex Ryan.
Or
Andrew Luck.
I think Indianapolis wins. I think Andrew Luck is going to be a top contender for the MVP this year. I think this is a big season for him.
I got to go Indy here. 2.5 point favorites. I think they blow that out of the water. I don't think Buffalo's good enough to hang with them. Indy will have problems. I don't think they're Super Bowl material this year, but they're definitely better than Buffalo.
Yeah, I think a few of these games we can pass over. Miami, Washington.
Carolina, Jacksonville. Cam Newton's going to roll.
Seattle, St. Louis.
That one's a pretty easy pick. I think Seattle, if Russell Wilson can get his offense together and they figure out what handing the ball off to Marshawn Lynch really means, I think they'll roll on that one. Arizona, New Orleans.
Do you think Seattle makes it back to their 3rd straight Super Bowl?
Nope.
Well, there you go. Arizona, New Orleans.
I like the Cardinals. I don't think New Orleans' defense is very good. All they got is Drew Brees.
Agreed. The Saints have slowly dwindled every year ever since they've been having those. They had those really good seasons back in 2010.
I think Drew Brees his time is ticking down in New Orleans, and either he's going to retire soon or he's going to get the heck out for 1 or 2 more years. I think Arizona wins. San Diego, Detroit. Matt. It's at home. Matt Stafford, Megatron. I think they get that done.
Agreed.
Tampa, Tennessee. This one's interesting to me. You want Mariota or Winston?
I didn't even realize this was a week 1 game. It's pretty. Are they both starting?
Yes, they are. Disclaimer: They are officially the starting QBs.
That's a tough one. Tennessee. I've always liked Tennessee, but they never seem to get over the proverbial hump. And other than Mariota, I mean, who do they really have? And Mariota's not even really something to scoff at, seeing as he's playing in his very first regular season game. But same for Buccaneers. Who do they have other than Jameis?
Famous Jameis.
So
they have the muscle hamster.
Who would that be again?
Doug Martin, 5'8",
okay,
220, bowling ball.
All right. You know what? I'm saying Famous Jameis drops 2 in a row to Mariota. I'm picking Tennessee.
Huh. I like Tennessee mainly because I think Mariota protects the ball better. I think Jameis will throw one of those goofy interceptions. Yeah, that. He'll pull one of those.
That was my interpretation of Jameis.
Cincinnati, Oakland is... You got a problem if you're sitting around watching that game on, late in the afternoon on Sunday, just really desperate to find out who wins. Mm-hmm. I think Cincinnati takes it. Oakland's not going to be very good, but it'd be cool to watch Amari Cooper.
Denver, Baltimore. Who you got?
Baltimore has lost a lot. They're not nearly as efficient as they were before when it comes to, defensive efficiency and being one of the tops in the league.
They're no longer Super Bowl contenders.
No, they'll battle for the division just because the division's pretty weak. But I think Denver in Mile High, Peyton Manning still got a little bit left in the tank to get that one done.
I agree. Dallas, New York, the classic battle, Little Giants.
My second lock of the week. 6-point favorites, Dallas. Take them. Lay the points. Dallas wins probably 31-14, some run in there. New York is not good. Odell Beckham can only catch so many passes, and when the defense is now solely focused on him...
Now, you're forgetting one other thing for the Giants. The return of Victor Cruz. So,
you've got a point.
I'm taking the Giants, much like the Little Giants movie.
Oh,
Giants, help us, God. Great movie. I'm picking New York. He's picking Dallas. Monday night, Philadelphia, Atlanta, Battle of the Birds.
Chip Kelly. Easy. They breeze. Atlanta's got no defense. Sam Bradford is finally going to get his chance to say, I'm an NFL quarterback. Here's why I was drafted so high. Philly rolls.
I'm taking Atlanta. Every time I've ever wanted to root for Philly, they let me down. They released Tim Tebow. Chip Kelly, you can go jump off a cliff. I'm taking Atlanta.
And last but not least, Teddy Bridgewater versus the, I guess you can call him a disease at this point in San Francisco, because either everyone wants to retire, get the heck out,
Or is arrested.
or gets arrested. Something in the water in the Bay Area.
Yeah. Again, same with Philadelphia. Ever since I've rooted for Minnesota, I've always wanted to root for them, but they never can get over the hump. Is this year they do somewhat better? I don't know. I have more faith in San Francisco just because they're San Francisco, so I'm taking San Francisco.
San Francisco lost a lot of people, and I'm going to go with the old man here. I talked to Pops the other day, and we were talking. Teddy Bridgewater is... he laughed at Teddy Bridgewater's pro day when he watched him miss wide open receivers just running routes for him. And ever since he's played in the NFL, he's been pleasantly surprised with what he's seen out of him. And I think Minnesota starts the season off 1-0 behind Teddy Bridgewater in year 2.
Well, there you go.
Yeah. So let us know what you think. Did we miss anybody? Did we skip over your team? Who is your team? Are we dead wrong? We probably are.
Let us know how wrong we are. And again, we don't care.
I was about to say, I'll fight in the comments. I don't care. I'll fight in the comments. We'll duke it out.
Hopefully this video actually gets uploaded other than last week. So
yeah, so if anybody knows how we can mix it up, maybe add some effects. We don't have the technical expertise to do that, but if you do, let us know. We'd love for you to help us. Anyway, that's for week 1 in the NFL, week 2 in college. I'm Justin.
I'm Jordan.
And we're out.